righty, here we go. Okay, you should be able to see it now, right?
Yes.
Yes,
It's there.
Okay. Welcome to our class tonight. We're going to be talking about 3 cool things about essential oils, and I'm so happy that you're here. So I want you to raise your hand. I have a couple of questions for you. Raise your hand if you want to look and feel vibrant and healthy every single day. Yeah, I thought so. I thought you'd say that. Raise your hand if you want to feel confident using natural products for yourself and for your family. Yeah, of course you do, right? And then raise your hand if you want the best products at the best prices. Well, yeah, you don't want to have to overspend, right, for the best stuff. So congratulations, you're in the right place. And Kimberly and I are going to share why we love doTERRA's essential oils and wellness products for just about every health concern. And we have a few things that we're going to talk about tonight. The goal of the class is to empower you, to give you that confidence so that you can choose essential oils. We're going to be talking about those 3 cool things about oils, 3 ways to use essential oils, and then how to get the best oils into your home at the best price, which of course is going to be your wholesale prices. We also have a giveaway tonight. I'm going to be giving away a 5 milliliter bottle of wild orange. We call wild orange our happy oil. And I'm just going to go ahead and look across the screen, and I'm going to assign each one of you a number, and then I'm going to have Siri come up with a random number, and you will be the proud owner of a 5 ml bottle of wild orange. Okay, so Kimberly, let's talk about 3 cool things about oils.
Absolutely. So there's way more than 3, but we're in the essence of time. We're doing 3. So number 1, the essential oils are safe. And I think people that have no experience with oils, they really don't know what to do with them, but they're safe. They're 100% natural. They're safe. There's no side effects. And what I like to say is there's no side effects. There's only side benefits. And that's so true about essential oils. They're simply extracts from plants and with amazing benefits. They are certified pure, therapeutic grade. They're pure and potent. And doTERRA, the company that we're talking about, these specific oils are bar none the most excellent oils out there. And the research and the purity and, just the way they grow the plants, the way they harvest them, everything from start to finish is just absolutely the best. And one of the oils that our first oil, we'll talk about peppermint. And peppermint, I think many of us have smelled peppermint. There's so many great uses for peppermint. It's energizing, it promotes clear breathing, it cools down the body, relieves head tension, neck tension. It's also great for digestive issues as well. And there's just so many uses, and it will keep ants and spiders and bugs away. So if you have an ant problem, you can sprinkle some peppermint on cotton balls. So that's just an excellent, excellent oil. Opens the airways like you would not believe. Put a drop in your hand, take it in, and whew.
Yeah. And how many of you have had peppermint tea? Have you had peppermint tea before? Mm-hmm. Well, the essential oil, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, Kimberly, isn't it 50 to 70 times more potent than the herb? So it's really strong. A little bit of peppermint goes a long way.
Yeah. 1 drop of peppermint essential oil can make 28 cups of peppermint tea.
So pretty versatile.
Yeah. So next slide, please. So we talked about how safe they are, and they are so effective. They're more effective than most modern approaches to health problems, because let's face it, I don't know, have you gone to the store? Maybe you have a cold, you have something, you go to CVS or you buy cold medicine, you buy cough medicine, something to help. And I spent hundreds and hundreds of dollars in my past on that kind of stuff. And I never found that any of them were effective enough for me. So I kept searching, and that's how I ended up finding oils many years later. But they are so effective. The essential oils permeate the cell membrane and go right into your bloodstream when you put them on your skin. It's amazing. And one of our great oils, it's a blend. It's called On Guard, and On Guard is a wonderful blend that is helpful for your immune system. It can soothe a sore throat. It's a combination of wild orange, clove, cinnamon leaf bark, eucalyptus, and rosemary oils. And the combination just smells, it reminds me of Christmas. It's just like a spiced cider. You could use it for that. It's wonderful. You can put it in your water and drink it. It cleans so well. They've done all sorts of studies on Guard where it it kills bacteria, and it's got antibacterial properties as well as antiviral properties. It's an oil that you'll want to use year round. Put it in your diffuser, take it internally, or also put it on your skin, and it'll go right into your bloodstream. So super effective, the oils work. And that's the other thing too, which you're going to learn about in a minute, about the 3 different ways how to use the oils. But when you take in the oil aromatically, it goes to your amygdala in your brain within 30 seconds. It can change how you're feeling. Aromatic influences are so important, and most people don't really think about that. So they're effective in so many different ways. Next slide, please.
And I'll just add, Kimberly, that I love On Guard. You know how you can feel when you're coming down with something? Your eyes might get a little watery, or your ears feel a little stuffy, or your sinuses feel a little tender. You know it, right? You can feel it before you get that bam of illness. I do this and I get over it. My body just knows how to heal itself, and so that I don't end up with an issue with later on.
Exactly. And it is, we do know when we're starting to feel crappy. And the minute you do, you start using the oils, and you can usually nip it right in the bud. So
yeah, absolutely.
So the third cool thing about essential oils is they are affordable, and super affordable. They're way more affordable than traditional medical care. They're pennies per dose. And when you think of, like, for example, ear discomfort, I've had times where I feel like I'm, getting an earache, and I can feel the congestion. And so by taking a drop of lavender, 1 drop around each ear, not in your ears, but around each ear, I mean, it's pennies on the dollar, and you go to sleep and you wake up and you feel better. And most of the time, if you have ear issues, you'll end up, I would have gone to urgent care or the doctor, right? And so then you pay the urgent care bill, and then the doctor decides what he wants you to take, right? And maybe it's antibiotics. And sometimes antibiotics are great if you have a bacterial infection.
Right.
But if you don't have a bacterial infection, antibiotics are way overprescribed. So having these oils at your fingertips can, they're just so inexpensive to use. So literally saving hundreds of dollars a year in medical costs and time and effort to go to the doctor as well. Lavender is calming for the mind, and it's calming for the skin. I like to say it's all things calming. It's a great antihistamine. I use lavender because I get seasonal, my nose starts, I get sneezy and everything in the fall and in the spring. And so I do a combination of lavender, lemon, and peppermint. And those 3, oh my gosh, they knock that right out of me. It's amazing. And we have some new news about lavender. Wendy, you want to share about the pharmaceutical?
Yeah, this is so cool. So we just recently had a convention, doTERRA's big annual convention, and it's a lovely opportunity to learn about the new products and about the ongoing research that's happening with doTERRA's essential oils and all of our philanthropic efforts around the world. doTERRA is a hugely philanthropic company. But I was super excited to learn that our lavender oil was recently given the designation of pharmaceutical grade. And when I hear that, pharmaceutical grade, I think about, getting a prescription, right? You get a prescription for a synthetic medication, but that's not what this is. Obviously, this is a natural product, and it was assigned to us from a medical journal, and they had researched doTERRA's lavender oil and said that it was consistent from one bottle to the next, from one batch to the next, and doTERRA had broken the code to consistent product, and it's a natural organic compound. And that's really huge when you think about how rainfall and sunlight and soil and temperature is going to affect a plant. But doTERRA has figured out how to keep the chemical constituents, those organic compounds, to be the same from one bottle of lavender to the next. And how do they do that? They do that because they're sourcing lavender from various places around the globe. And when they pull all of those lavender chemicals together, they're able to kind of mix and match to make it the right chemical compound for this particular product. Why is that important to you? Well, it's important to you because you'll be getting the consistent product every time you buy it. And that's what synthetic medications do for you, right? It's a synthetic man-made product, and they can guarantee that they're following the same recipe every time they use it. And when you use a natural product, you know, it kind of fluctuates a little bit because it's made from nature. It's not made in a lab. The other reason why I think this is an important thing for you to consider is that now doTERRA's essential oils can be used for research. So imagine you're a researcher and you want to study the effects of essential oil in the body, but every time you grab a bottle of essential oil, it's different. It's going to change the outcome of your research. So having the doTERRA lavender oil be a pharmaceutical grade ensures that doTERRA's oils will be used for medical research. It's going to put us in a different place, in a different category within the essential oils market. And let's face it, everybody's jumped on the essential oils bandwagon because it's been profitable. It's been a trend. It's been something that people are looking for. But doTERRA has really set themselves apart with this pharmaceutical grade that we didn't ask for, by the way. It was bestowed upon us because our products have such high quality. Plans for the future? Every essential oil that doTERRA produces will have the same pharmaceutical grade attached to it. I just think that's just a phenomenal direction for this company.
Well, and this is a first for the essential oil industry. So you know, there is no other company that has ever had a pharmaceutical grade designation for their essential oil. So that is very big.
Very cool.
Especially for the doubting Thomases that are out there. There's a lot of people that are like, essential oils, oh my God, what is that? You know?
What, patchouli? They think about patchouli.
Yeah, you're a hippie.
Right.
Anyway.
Okay, we ready for the next one?
Yes.
Okay, I'm up. So I'm going to tell you about 3 cool ways to use essential oils. And the first way that you're going to use it is aromatically. It's probably the most simple way, and probably the way that you've used oils before. You probably didn't even know it. When you have a beautiful rosemary plant in your garden, or when you see one at the grocery store, don't you have that temptation to just grab that branch and give it a little pressure between your fingers and just inhale it? Those are the aromatic compounds. Those are essential oils of the rosemary plant. So you can diffuse them. So quite simply, you just put them into a little diffuser. I just have the Brevi here. So I would just drop maybe 3 to 5 drops. It's a little bit like cooking. You know, you can put as much or as little as you want. And then, I don't know if you can see it, but there's like a little red dot in here. You just fill the container with water. Go ahead and pop the cover on your diffuser. It's all plugged in, push a button, and it's ready to go. And it fills the air with these aromatic compounds. We're talking in this particular slide about a beautiful blend of essential oils called Adaptive. This is also known as the calming blend. And it has wild orange and lavender in it, which you've already learned a little bit about, copaiba, spearmint, magnolia, rosemary, and neroli. And all of these are very calming essential oils. The tiny little molecules that are floating around in the air come passively into your nose, and you breathe them in. They go right up to the olfactory bulb inside your brain. And in a matter of seconds, those oils are getting up into your brain. It's actually just 22 seconds, and they're changing your mood. So they're going to improve, in this particular case, improve your mood, give you an opportunity to de-stress and collect yourself if you're dealing with a stressful situation. It helps you with focus and concentration. It's truly one of my favorite essential oils. Of course, you're going to hear me say that over and over again, but I do really love this one, and I use it quite a bit. So you can put it in your diffuser, or you could just open up the bottle and breathe it in. So really, really simple to use these products. And again, a little bit goes a long way.
Well, before you move on to the next one too, you guys, having that diffuser is wonderful, but there's also, you can be your own personal diffuser. And so I'm going to demonstrate here by just taking a bottle of the oil and putting 1 drop in the palm of my hand, rubbing my hand together, and then simply breathing it in. And it's so calming. And so there's times, like, for example, the adaptive is the calming blend. It is so lovely. And I mean, do you ever get road rage? I mean,
I was going to say that, Kimberly, because I've been in the car with you.
What is that exactly? Especially in Reno, it's grown so much here. It's ridiculous. And I get so frustrated by people. And so I got to tell you, having one of my calming oils, and I keep balance, usually is in my purse, always. Adaptive is another one. And I literally, when I'm just frustrated or in traffic, I'll just put a drop in there and start breathing in. And I'm telling you, it just kind of brings me down a notch. And so,
yeah, and if you're the passenger, you'll be happy that you.
Yes. So it's really great. And I even have a car diffuser too. There's there's little car diffusers that are wonderful, but this is just a great way to get it, aromatically and get it on your skin, put a little on your neck too, because again, it goes into your bloodstream right away. So it starts doing its work. So it's amazing, the aromatic. So that's just the other way to do it.
Pretty fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on to the next one.
The second cool way.
There we go. All right, so the other way you can use it is you can put them on your skin. So you can apply it topically, and you can put it to an area of concern. If you have a little achiness or discomfort in your shoulder, you can just put it right on your shoulder. But you can also use these oils in places like the bottoms of your feet or on your pulse points or the base of your skull. And it gives you this whole body sense of well-being. You can use these products often right from the bottle. And sometimes it's recommended that you dilute the essential oil with fractionated coconut oil or olive oil. We call these carrier oils. And what it does is it it brings the essential oil over a bigger landscape on your body. But it also, if you have any skin sensitivities, it will dilute the essential oil. It's recommended that we do that for children and that we do that for older adults. But if you're worried about skin sensitivity, I think you should default to using a diluted product. I also wanted to talk to you about Deep Blue, which is featured on this particular screen. It's really great to soothe achy muscles and head tension. And so it comes in these little bottles. This one does have a child-proof cap on it, so you wouldn't want to take this internally by mistake. But it also comes, and we're excited to be able to share this with you, in a Deep Blue stick. And it almost looks like deodorant. It's just like a little ball. You can put it anywhere you want. But what's cool about this is I can actually tell you that it's great for arthritis pain, back pain, shoulder pain. You can apply it right where you need it. And it has the same great benefits of the Deep Blue essential oil and the Deep Blue lotion, the Deep Blue rub that we have. But this also has copaiba in it, which is a fantastic essential oil because it provides the body with an appropriate inflammatory response. And that's a subject for like a whole nother class, I think. But just know that you have an inflammatory response in your body that could potentially be turned on all the time. And that's not good for your health. So copaiba gives your body a chance to turn that inflammatory marker off, kind of cools the flame. I just think that this is a fantastic product, and I would recommend that everybody get this one. It's really, really good. Okay, so that is topical. And let's go on to the next one. For some reason, these aren't moving. Here we go. Okay, the next one is to take the essential oils internally. So you might be concerned, like, how do you know? I just mentioned that this Deep Blue had a child-proof cap on it, but how do you know if you can take it internally? Well, if you look at the side of your bottle, and I know it's going to be kind of hard for you to see, but it says essential oil supplement. And then you know that that particular essential oil can be taken internally. And how do you take it internally? Well, you could very simply put a couple of drops into a glass of water. And this is lemon. It tastes lovely in a glass of water. I also brought out my veggie caps. to share with you another way to take them internally. Sometimes you don't want to taste the essential oil. I think Kimberly and I both have an aversion to geranium because we had a geranium accident. We thought it was grapefruit and it wasn't. It was geranium, so it has kind of a funky flavor. Yeah, it was shocking. Okay, so I just take out my little veggie caps and I just open them up, and I can put, let's see, can you see that? I can just put a couple of drops inside my veggie cap and close it up, and then I can take that with water and I can get the same benefits of having it internally.
And that's helpful because there's a few oils that you want to take internally. I have a friend who has severe stomach issues. I mean, to the point of where she had blood in her stools. And so she was using frankincense on a regular basis. And so she was putting it in. She didn't really care for the flavor of it. So she put it in veggie caps and took it every day.
Right. It's a little easier.
Yeah, it doesn't taste the greatest. Sometimes you get used to it. And sometimes, you know, for me, I put just about anything on my tongue. Except geranium.
Good to know, Kimberly. Yeah, except geranium. And I don't know if you saw, but I recently had a conversation with our friend Nicole, who's a pharmacist, and we were talking about lemon and geranium as a potential the global pandemic that we're dealing with, you know, a preventative measure for that. So it was a really great opportunity to talk to Nicole, who has a, you know, wonderful experience and background with prescription medications, of course, but also with how beneficial the essential oils can be for just about any concern that you have. So lemon, I always tell people, is an extremely versatile essential oil, as you'll learn when you start to research them on your own. I love to tell people that you can detox your liver or polish your furniture with lemon essential oil. So it's got a huge variety of things that it can offer you. It's great to get rid of that fur ball that's in your throat. It supports respiratory health. And in 20 minutes, these essential oils can impact every cell of your body, because those cells just know that the essential oils are safe. They are natural compounds. And so they'll just find their way right through that cellular membrane and support and protect your cells.
And I want to talk about that for a minute too, Wendy. You know, the reason there are no side effects, as I said at the very beginning, is because they are natural compounds and they are organic. They are just like our body. And so everything we need is right on this earth. And where we get side effects is from the synthetic things. And that's what drugs and over-the-counter medicine, all of that is synthetic. And there's many essential oils that are also synthetic in the perfume industry. And you can smell, you know, like, for example, somebody told me the other day, oh, I can't handle any smells. And I was like, well, essential oils are completely, oh, no, he just was going to argue with me. And he was miserable. He could have used some of my allergy cocktail, but he was just like, no. Smells just make me sick. And I'm like, well, smells are two different things. Okay. A smell of a synthetic product, a cleaner, the sprays, the Glade sprays, all of those are synthetic, and they give you headaches. Perfumes give me headaches. I can't stand the smell of them. Yeah. Soaps, all the different things they put in our personal care products, they are all synthetic. And so when you're using natural essential oils to aromatically, and to use them in cooking, or instead of candles are not good for you. You're breathing the fumes, it's so there's two totally different ways to look at it. And that's why there are no side effects. They're safe to use. They're wonderful.
They really are. And even companies that like Mrs. Meyer's or Simple Green, they sort of promote themselves with these natural sounding names. But if you look on the back, it's all artificial fragrances. So we want you to kind of turn the corner on that and choose to use things that your body will recognize. Because it sets up a defensive mechanism. And let's get back to that inflammatory response. That's what happens. Your body sets up all these defenses, and it's just a lot of work. It's a lot of work for your body to have to do that.
Exactly.
Okay, let's go to the next one. Oh, so Kimberly's going to talk to us about a few of her favorites.
Okay, so I had mentioned earlier frankincense. Frankincense is like just the most amazing oil. I don't think, I think you could use frankincense for just about anything. And for years, I had no idea what frankincense. I remember it was in the Bible. And I remember them bringing gifts of frankincense and myrrh to baby Jesus. And I always thought, what the heck is that, right? Well, let me tell you, the frankincense was actually more revered than the gold and the silver. Frankincense was used for so many things, and it comes from the Egypt and Somalia, and it grows in the most precarious areas, and they scrape it off, and they scrape the side of the tree, and it's a resin, and it is used for everything. It helps your cells just come together and perform better. It's used for anti-aging. You can use it on your skin. I had, if you have sun damage, okay, you can put it on that sun damage. And if you use it twice, 2 to 3 times daily, you will have that sun damage go away. I had a big thing on the side of my face. I had another thing on the side of my nose. Frankincense, frankincense, frankincense. It's wonderful. It's calming. It's great for head tension. I have people that have, headaches consistently and swear by the frankincense. And a lot of times they will put a dab of the frankincense on their thumb and put it to the roof of their mouth.
Yeah.
It is, it's got anti-cancer properties, anti-inflammatory, antidepressant, restorative properties. It's an immunostimulant, so it's also great for your immune system, just like we talked about the On Guard. So frankincense is just an oil that everybody should have. I told you about the gal who had the bleeding in her stomach. The frankincense is what helped her get through that. Just overall, can you think of anything else I'm forgetting, Wendy?
Well, I was just going to say, it's not like these oils do the work for your body. It's that they support your body.
Yes.
In its attempt to support your health.
Exactly.
So it supports every system. It signals the cells on what to do to support your health. How's that?
Well, it kicks your body into gear so it can heal itself, because that's what our bodies are meant to do.
Yeah, and we were talking about On Guard, and you said something about going to a doctor and getting antibiotics, and I want you to think about, like, how long do you usually have to wait before you go to the doctor? Like, you kind of wait until you're practically dead and then you go to the doctor, right?
True.
And so what I'm going to suggest is that you be a little bit more proactive than that, right? So at that first sign of discomfort, that first sign that you're not feeling your best, that's when you start to take these, because you're signaling the cells to make a shift and change and support your health. And I think that that's one of the things that frankincense does particularly well.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
And it smells
so the next one is copaiba. And Wendy was just talking about how they've added copaiba to our new deep blue blend stick. And the reason they added it, we've only had that oil for a few years. And so they decided that it's such a powerful oil. It's kind of like this warrior oil that goes in, and when you use it with another oil, it like supercharges that oil, is the best way to explain it. So it's a real powerful antioxidant. It helps calm the nervous system. It supports the health of the cardiovascular, the immune, and the digestive system. And it's also rivals CBD. So that's what a lot of people, it's actually pronounced copaiba, and it's from Brazil, a tree in Brazil. And the copaiba, CBD oil is, people are using it to calm their nerves and for pain and discomfort. The copaiba adds that level of pain relief to whatever it is you're using. So you could use it. That's why it goes so well with the deep blue. It works well with the frankincense if you have, like arthritis or, things going on with your hands. You can rub both of these two oils, are just beautiful, the frankincense and copaiba, or any sort of swelling that you might have from, an injury. So those are two of my very favorite oils. So,
yeah, mine too. And just so you know, you can take these internally, use them topically, and use them aromatically. So you can use them in all 3 ways.
Exactly.
Okay.
So
did I skip? There we go.
So 2 other doTERRA blends that are pretty darn amazing is Breathe. Breathe is a combination of oils that just helps open up your airways. Okay, so it's got laurel leaf, peppermint. We talked about peppermint earlier, how it opens up your sinuses, eucalyptus, tea tree oil, lemon, cardamom, ravensara, and ravensara. And that combination of oils just helps your lungs and sinuses. And I'll tell you, my husband is now recovering from COVID. And so he's been using this Breathe. He starts coughing. He's on the upswing now, but he's on oxygen. So he's got to use oxygen. And when he's not using the oxygen, or when he starts moving too much, he starts coughing. And so what he's been doing is putting a couple of drops of Breathe in his hand and just taking it into his lungs and his sinuses, and it just calms things down. We've been putting it on the bottoms of his feet at night, so it helps him sleep better. And we've also been putting it in the diffuser. So it's an amazing, the Breathe is not meant for internal. It's for aromatic or topical, and it works beautifully. And Breathe comes in a couple different forms. There's Breathe lozenges that you can actually take them, and they're wonderful. There's the Breathe stick. So it's kind of like this deep blue stick, and you can roll that right on your chest, right over your lungs. It's wonderful. So, then our last one that I'm going to talk about is Digescent. And Digescent is a blend for your digestion, right? And it's good stuff. It works amazingly. I will tell you, it's got anise in it and fennel. And some people are funny about anise and fennel. They're, like licorice. If you don't like licorice, you might not like the smell of it. But guess what? doTERRA's figured it out and put these Digeszen drops into little capsules. So like for my daughter and my son, who they order the bottles of the capsules. That's how they like to take them, the gel caps. For me, I love the Digescent. I put it in my water, or I rub it right on my tummy. I think the smell is amazing, but it is so great for any sort of upset stomach, motion sickness, nausea. Just using it when you're eating dinner helps aid your digestion, can help with gas and reflux, all sorts of different things. It's just wonderful. And it's got anise, peppermint, ginger, caraway, coriander, tarragon, and fennel. Good stuff.
It's a great one. I remember having to take an antibiotic, and when I picked it up at the pharmacist, he said to me, "Oh, this is going to really tear your stomach apart."
Mm-hmm.
And, what am I going to do? I got to take it anyway, right? So I go home, and this is when I was new to doTERRA, and I bought myself a big, huge kit of every oil that doTERRA made, because I said, well, I'm going to get them all eventually anyway, so I might as well just start and get them all now. And I unzipped my bag, and I thought, well, I must have something in here that's going to help me. And again, I'm just learning. I'm just new at essential oils. And I pulled out the Digescen, and my stomach was all, you've had that sensation too. It feels like it's raw on the inside. I put a drop of that on my stomach, just, massage my belly like that. In a minute, yeah. I felt better. So that's my testimonial, by the way. Yes. Yeah, it was so fast. I couldn't believe it. I was shocked how fast that worked.
Yeah. Made a believer out of her.
Yeah, it did. It did. So I first used it on the dog, and then she was okay. So then, all right, I'll use it. So we're more than just essential oils. doTERRA has some amazing wellness products and personal care products and home cleaning products, and just a beautiful collection of stuff to help you live your best life every single day. And this slide is about the best selling product in doTERRA's catalog, and it is the Lifelong Vitality Pack. You also will hear it occasionally from us. It's called LLV, Lifelong Vitality Pack. When you buy it, it comes in a little box, and you get these 3 bottles in here. And I'm just going to take a moment and just tell you what each one of these bottles do. So the first one is Xe Omega, and I've kind of been on this inflammatory kick lately, trying to encourage people to understand that most of us are dealing with rampant inflammation in the body. And if you could take some kind of, if you could take an anti-inflammatory, this is what I would recommend, that you take these natural fatty acid, these essential fatty acids that your body doesn't make, that you have to eat types of foods that'll help you have essential fatty acids. And I remember one time hearing, if you liked lobster, you would have to eat about 7 pounds of lobster every day to get enough of the omegas in your system to help you fight inflammation. So you don't have to do that. You can just take 1 or 2 of these essential oil gel caps, and they're quite small and they're pretty easy to take. So you just go ahead and swallow those. The recommended dosage to me personally seems a little high. I think the recommended dosage is really intended for bigger people, for men. And so they would say to take 2 of these in the morning and 2 of these at night with a meal. I don't do that. So my product actually lasts a longer period of time. I take 1 of these in the morning and 1 of these at night. Okay, the next one is called the Microplex VMC. This is a whole food nutrient complex. And so what that means is it's not synthetic chemical compounds, it's food, it's actual food. And so if you look on the back of the bottle, you're gonna see that it's things like broccoli and Brussels sprouts and cabbage and spinach. It's got these things in here. The capsules are a little bit on the bigger side. And again, the recommended dosage is 2 in the morning and 2 at night. I don't do that. I do 1 in the morning and 1 at night. So my product lasts a little bit longer. So that's a blend of whole food nutrients, and it's going to give you the right amount of vitamins and minerals for long-term health. And I think that most of us think that we eat a really good diet, we eat a balanced diet, but you know, chances are very good that you're not getting enough of the vitamins and minerals into your body for cellular health. The last one here is the money. Like if you were to try to figure out how much each one of these products costs, the Alpha CRS Plus is the one that costs the most money in that box. It is a cellular renewing blend of products that supports a healthy cellular response, meaning if that cell needs to go because it's not well, it kicks it out. But you want your cells to live a nice long time. I always tell people that your cells live on average about 4 months. And ideally, you want them to live that long before that cell replicates and makes a version of itself. You want it to last that long, unless it's unwell, and then you want it to go. Aging is about the cellular turnover. And every time you have to make a new cell, it's not as good as the cell you just had. So it's like a photocopy of a photocopy of a photocopy. You know what I mean, right? Like it just gets a little bit faded as you keep duplicating it, right? So you want the cells to stay healthy with lots of integrity for as long as they can, so that when you make that new version of that cell, it's as good as it gets. So that's what this particular product does for you. It has things like CoQ10, which supports your heart and muscle tissues, quercetin, which helps decrease cell damage and helps you recover faster. It has frankincense in it. It has turmeric, so you know that's got high anti-inflammatory properties. It's got ginkgo biloba, so that's good for your brain. It's the money in this particular collection of products, and I'm using my hands for emphasis. Okay. Okay.
And I'll just tell you my experience. I was never a supplement taker. And when I started using the oils, it took almost a year for me to decide to try the supplements. And the only reason I did was because I was having afternoon doldrums and I was getting sick a lot. I was, I had chronic bronchitis. I had a lot of different issues. So I was really trying to give my body some nutrition and use the natural oils and all of that. So once I started taking the Lifelong Vitality, I noticed a huge difference in my energy levels in the afternoon, because I would take it in the morning with my breakfast, and then I would take it again right after lunch. And I wasn't having those afternoon doldrums where I was just like, oh my God, I couldn't keep my head, my eyes open. And so I just feel like my energy level has gotten so much better, and my immune system. That's one of the biggest things. I think everybody that I've seen that has gotten on the Lifelong Vitality just seems so much healthier. They don't get colds. They don't, it just seems like it just helps protect your body so much when you're getting everything you need.
And I know we've talked about this before, but your hair and your fingernails grow so well, because now your body isn't wasting energy to give you nice hair, nice fingernails, because sometimes your body's so depleted that you're using up your reserves of energy for day-to-day life. I mean, your body isn't going to waste effort on, the window dressing, right? And so when you're taking the Lifelong Vitality Pack, you have an abundance of resources for your body to help you look better and help you feel better. So I love the Lifelong Vitality Pack. I always recommend that to people. Just give it a try. There's a 30-day money-back guarantee on that product. So if you get your Lifelong Vitality, save the box, save the bottles. And if you're not happy in 30 days, you can get your money back. I've never had anybody return it. It's a great product. Yeah, great. So I was wondering if, Gloria, I know you took Lifelong Vitality for a little while, didn't you?
I'm taking it again.
Oh, good. Excellent.
I had a variety of health issues, I think brought on by the stress of my mother's final year of care, which was in 2019. It was also the same year that I lost my younger brother. And there was just so much that I was, you know how you stuff it down because you're just going to get through the next day.
Yes.
And so I did that for a very long time. And then after all of that settled down and I thought 2020 was going to be great. And then our friend, Mr. COVID, showed up. So I've been kind of up and down, up and down. I'm doing much better now. Most things have been mitigated or resolved, but I'm terrible at getting on a routine of taking things at a regular time. So since I've been getting back into wanting to do the oils and, I'm always looking for, better health because I'm aging. I just had a birthday. And so I've gotten back on track. I'm getting back on track and taking my vitamins. So I'm, I feel like I'm taking 30 of them a day, but I really think they help. And so I'm just forcing myself. And I think a lot of it is just once you get it into your routine, then you don't forget. And that's the other problem I have, I forget everything. So, so I'm back on it.
Good for you. So it's about establishing a habit, right? And so, everybody's got their own strategies for that, but maybe there's a place where you keep your Lifelong Vitality Pack so that when you go get your morning cup of tea or your coffee or whatever, it's like right there. And I'll just share with you what's worked well for me. If I just leave the Lifelong Vitality Pack in the bottles and keep it in my medicine cabinet or in my pantry in the kitchen, I'll never, ever take it. I don't see it, so I don't think about it. So I bought myself one of these boxes and it's actually for beads. And then I cut all of the labels. I know it's probably a little anal, but that's me. So I just cut the little labels off and stuck them to the outside of this container. And what I love about this is I just leave it out on my countertop and I can open it up and I can look at it and I can go, what do I need today? What is going to support my health today? And so my Lifelong Vitality Pack, I always take that. I have my adaptive capsules that I take when I need them. So that's going to help me manage my mood if I'm feeling particularly stressed out. I have my On Guard soft gels in there. So if I'm going to be traveling soon, I'm going to be on an airplane, I'm going to be with other people, and I want to give myself a little bit extra immune support, I'm going to take those. I've got my Mito to Max. This time of year, I can start going into that seasonal effectiveness disorder, with the shorter days, I can get a little blue. And so I just know what these products do, and I can pick and choose what's going to support my health for that day. So I don't know if that would work for you, Gloria, but it really does work for me. And I'd be happy to sit down with
organizing. I'm always organizing.
I bet you are.
Well, and you know what I do? I bought a cute little jar. It's just a glass jar, right? And I dumped all three of just the Lifelong Vitalities. And they all look different. The omegas, And so you know which ones they are. And I have them in a cute little jar and it sits on my counter and there it greets me every morning. So I eat my breakfast and I just reach in and I grab the one of each or the two of each and I just take them then and there. And then they're there at dinner too. So, you know, there's so many different ways.
Yeah.
And
So many different ways.
do what works for you. But
yeah.
You don't want to keep opening each one of those jars. That's a pain in the butt. So either dump them all in one so you have them handy, or put them in, you know, organize a little box like Wendy did. It makes a difference. So.
Right.
And Sandra, have you used any essential oils?
I have, but I think I have one of the doterra misters.
Oh, diffuser?
Diffusers. Mhm.
Yeah.
I got it as a gift.
Nice. And so do you put oils in there?
When I remember to.
Life gets in the
Again,
way.
see, it's about a habit, about establishing a routine. So I love my oils first thing in the morning, and I love them right before I go to bed at night. So do you have your diffuser in one place in your house? Are you keeping it somewhere? Where are you keeping it?
It's a bedside table.
Bedside table. So how about using an essential oil just to kind of unwind at the end of the day? It's so great to give yourself
Lavender.
a couple of hours even at the end of the day to start to unwind. And actually there's a hormonal shift that happens in the body. So it's not like a light switch where you're just awake and now you're asleep. Your body goes through these little chemical changes that bring you from the busyness of your day to unwinding to get you to sleep. And the essential oils help you mitigate that journey. So it helps you get a restorative night's sleep. And you gotta sleep. You have to sleep. Otherwise, your body's not going to restore. You're not going to digest your food well, and you're going to be grouchy the next day. So we really want you to be able to get a good night's sleep. So the oils that we talked about tonight, I think lavender would be awesome in your diffuser at night. And surprisingly, even wild orange, even though it's kind of an uplifting oil, it can also be a very calming oil at the same time.
The combo of both of those is beautiful.
Beautiful. The breathe and lavender together. Oh my gosh, that's one of my favorite combinations. So you can consider just some of the oils that we talked about tonight. Frankincense, copaiba is extremely relaxing. So you could give yourself the opportunity to explore even some of the oils that we talked about tonight, Sandra, and put them in your diffuser. I also find that if I'm having to do a task that I particularly despise, like my sales and use tax or going through my old paperwork, like I'm not one that's interested in going in the past. I just want to go forward. And so I need to use something in my diffuser that helps me with focus and concentration. So the wild orange is a great oil for that, with the peppermint. So again, it just kind of mixing and matching some of the oils that we talked about tonight in class.
So we need to wrap up. We're almost an hour.
Okay, so we're just about ready to go. So let's just talk about the 3 ways that you can purchase oil. So Gloria already knows this. She has an account herself. The first way is to purchase retail, and you can buy that from a doTERRA wellness advocate or a doTERRA wholesale customer. And you're going to be spending a certain amount of money to do that. And you can also get yourself a wholesale account. That's the way I would recommend that you do it. You can save 25% below the retail price. It's great to have your own wholesale membership. And that way you can create an account online and you can buy what you want when you want it. Remember, there's no minimums that you have to purchase. This is your account. You do with it whatever you want to do with it. And then I love the kits that we have. And I sent Sandra a few kits so that she could take a look. I sent her the convention kit, and I also sent you the healthy habits kit, but she was kind of interested in some of the oils. The starter kits come with reduced prices on our products because they're underneath wholesale, plus they include the wholesale membership, which they charge $35 for. So this is the Natural Solutions Kit. This is a great kit for people that want to start using doTERRA products the day they get that box. So there's toothpaste, there's the Lifeline Vitality Pack is in here, there's the hand washing liquid, there's shampoo, there's the Deep Blue Rub, there's all kinds of great products. And of course, you get your essential oils, and you can see them listed here. Some of the ones that we talked about tonight: lavender, lemon, peppermint, frankincense, wild orange. Others that we didn't talk about: tea tree, past tense, Aroma Touch, Balance. You get just a really beautiful combination, and you get a great box. So Glory wants to stay organized, so she needs to have a box to keep her oils in. Okay, let's see. This is another one that's nice. This is one of my preferred kits because the bottles are the larger 15 ml size. So what are there, like 285 drops of essential oils in each one of these 15 ml bottles. So these are the nice big bottles. You'll see the deep blue is there on the left side, and that's a 5 ml bottle. So I think that has about 87 drops of essential oils. It comes with a diffuser. And Sandra, you can't have just one diffuser. So you have to have more than one. So this is a really nice kit for people that want the larger bottles. These are all the oils that we talked about tonight, with the exception of Balance. And Kimberly did bring that up at one point when she was talking about road rage. So there's that. But it also is great to help oxygenate your blood. I've seen people that have had a hard time giving blood or getting a needle. And if they put Balance on their skin, it sends oxygen into your blood, and it gives you a better chance to have the blood extracted from your body. It's really cool. Balance is an amazing essential oil. I said it again. They're all really cool. Okay, and then this one is kind of a sweet little kit. My problem with this one is that they only give you the 5 ml bottles, and it's 160 wholesale for this kit versus 249 for this one. So you get 3 times the amount of essential oils for twice the price. Does that make sense that I said that? So the Healthy Essentials to me is a better value than the Healthy Start Kit. But if your budget is $160, then this is the perfect kit for you. This is a great place to start.
That's a great starter. Exactly.
It's a great starter. And I love this diffuser. That's the Brevi diffuser, which is the one I pulled out before. The mine's just a different color. And let's see what else is here. Oh, there you go. So you can connect with us and we can help you put a plan together. And I also have a page on my website, Sandra, that I'll go ahead and send you, and it'll give you links to some of those kits if you want to take another look at those. She said that she kind of was interested in more essential oils. So we won't disappoint you. We have plenty of essential oils. The problem is it gets confusing. I think it can be a little overwhelming. And so don't feel that way. Just allow yourself to have a conversation with me, or frankly, just know that this is a journey, and this first purchase is just your first step on the journey, and that you're going to be welcomed to the rabbit hole. And we're here to help you and continue to support you with education and product. Okay.
And we do ongoing education. We've got classes.
We sure do.
All sorts of different classes on how to cook with oils, oral health, making, bug sprays in summer, using oils in your garden to keep away pests. I mean, the uses are endless. And so you can learn whatever you want to learn. We have a Facebook group that you're invited to be a part of, and it's a place to ask questions. It's a private group on Facebook. Yeah. And so people come on there all the time and ask questions. And what's so great is there's about 3,000 oil users in that group. So, I may not have used oils during my pregnancy because I didn't have them when I was having children. God, I wished I would have. But somebody comes on and says, hey, I'm having this trouble, I'm having that trouble. Somebody who has used oils as a pregnant woman or a mom can share. And so the wisdom the collective wisdom that we have from all the different users of oils and all the different backgrounds, doctors and pharmacists and nurses and, physical therapists and massage therapists and whatever, it's just amazing. So
do you use the cleaning products too then?
Yes, they're wonderful.
Yeah, we love them. Did you want me to pull that kit up so that you could look at it again, Sandra?
Is it the abode?
Yeah, the abode kit.
Wendy, did you want to keep on recording, or did you want to?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and stop here. Let me just go back to the screen here. Share screen. Oops.
Yeah, that convention kit is awesome. It has a sampling of all of the different cleaning products and the new